secondhand citizens, if you will, and they were often turned away. They were pushed away, and that's why it was typical and traditional for when the children approached the disciples and those that were around Jesus said, "Hey, bring the kids back. Push the kids back. They can't come around. They shouldn't be around. We got some stuff to do." And Jesus looked at them and said, "No, we got to take care of these babies." And that's the thing that we have to remember today. That's the thing that I want to impress upon us the most when we listen to the State of the Union and we talk about what does it cause us to do. We cannot have our children. We cannot have Mr. Ronson Hawkins 30 years from now with a Congress that talks about passing health care. We cannot have a Congress 30 years from now talking about getting jobs. We cannot have the same partisan politics played 30 years from now, which is why we've got to take the first step. In protecting and ensuring a great future for our youth, such as Mr. Hawkins. Now, tell me a little bit about what you like to do besides speaking.
I love to play video games.
You love to play video games? That's certain. And what's your favorite class in school?
Science and recess.
Science and recess? I got you. Hey, the recess was one of my favorite too. Science, no, I got to tell you, science, I commend anybody that a mathematician or scientist.
And reading, of course, because you wouldn't be able to do none of those subjects without reading. Reading is the most important.
Oh, you have to get that in. You may need to get a little gig doing a, what do you call it, promo for the Reading Association. The reading, association that promotes reading. You need to put something together and submit it to them about the importance of reading. Let them hear that powerful voice that you have. You got you have a second half of your speech that we're going to let them hear. You're listening to Ronson Hawkins, Master Ronson Hawkins, an 11-year-old at McGregor Elementary. What grade you in?
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade. You about to say 11th grade. You moving on up, huh? Let me ask you this real quick. What your future? I know people ask you this all the time, but I'm curious. What do you desire to do in the future?
I would like to go to Harvard.
You would like to go to Harvard.
And I would like to go for my 8 years and get my medical degree, and then be a veterinarian.
Right. So you want to go to med school? Gotcha. You like animals? I
love animals.
You have pets now? No,
I don't have a few pets.
All right, let me not put that on mom and dad.
Thank you.
Mom over there looking like, get that out. All right, you're listening to Ronson Hawkins, and he's going to give us the second half of his speech that he delivered at Antioch Baptist Church for the MLK competition. Why don't you stand up and do your thing, brother? You ready? Let us hear it.
He shared these words and was assassinated the next day. His life was short, but his achievements taught me that age does not matter. I must reach beyond my borders, and love is the greatest gift you can give. I always thought I could encourage people, but thought I was too young. I learned that Dr. King studied so hard that he skipped the 9th and the 12th grade, received his doctorate at age 25, and was the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner. He proved to me that age is nothing but a number, and that you can still have power in your words, even at the age of 10 years old. Dr. King's achievements taught me that I must reach beyond my borders, beyond my goals, beyond my country, to my Latino brothers and sisters and say, mis amigos, ¿cómo puedo ayudarle? My friends, how can I help you? To my fellow Asians who have helped me so much, xie, thank you. One day, I will sit down with some French friends who are just like me and say, merci beaucoup, s'il vous plaît, and bon appetit. I can achieve international peace, one nation at a time. One of the most important lessons Dr. King has taught me is how to love and forgive. Envision this. You're signing your first book, and someone asks you your name. Suddenly, you are stabbed. The tip of the blade is so close to your aorta, the main artery, is that if you sneeze, you would drown in your own blood. This is exactly what happened to Dr. King when Isaiah Curry stabbed him. But out of love, he forgave her, the people who bombed his house, the people who harassed his family, and the people who lynched his friends. I've never been stabbed, but I have been cut with words. When people teased me about my weight, judged me about my appearance, and did not speak to me because of the way I look. But out of love, I learned to forgive those people. And just the last journey, I'd like to say. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. He's allowed me to learn from the past achievements of Dr. King. And I've looked behind me and I'm seeing the promises. I'm not worried about the future that lies ahead. My eyes have seen the possibilities of my destiny. And you know what? I like what I see. Thank you.
There we go. That's Master Ronson